and I suppose the guys at Kirk Rice, the team at Kirk Rice have experience of doing this in other businesses. They've seen what other processes in other businesses work and what might then be able to be replicated or put in place in this business to help speed up processes.
Should I pick up on that?
Yeah.
I think what would be really helpful, John, is if I just describe some of the different ways in which we might work.
Yep.
So Bex and I are both very experienced in this area, but just thinking over the last couple of years, actually some of the things we've done, although there was a well-worn path there and we followed a particular process because it works really well, some of the projects that we've done have looked quite different, haven't they? So, for example, a couple of years ago, a business owner came to me and said, I'd like you to do a one-off piece of work. This is roughly what I'm looking for. I'm not getting management accounts. I am being told by members of the finance team that they feel underinvested in. The business is growing. I don't really know how it's doing. I'm not getting the information I need. And the team seem a little bit down. What do you suggest? So I came up with a plan. And in that scenario, I went in and I did 4 days' work, all in one go. But it doesn't have to be like that. Some of the work you've done, Bex, recently has been more going in each week and working with one particular individual. So it can take lots of different forms, and it can be, like I said, a one-off piece of work that starts off with a sort of a big piece of help, a short, sharp shock to get the finance team working again and working really well. All the things Bex has spoken about. So it's looking at systems, and that could be processes, or we can be talking about actual software, add-ons, tools, automation. So the software element. We could be talking about the skill sets of bookkeepers or internal accountants or finance managers who maybe they don't feel so confident with the new technology, but they'd love to learn. Maybe as the business has grown, or they're doing different things, maybe new service lines, or some things become a bit more complicated in the finance team. And actually, maybe this business now needs a finance director, but the owners haven't really thought about, that before because they always felt they were a bit smaller and didn't need that. They haven't thought about the cost or whatever. So there's lots of ways to come in and assess. It's sitting down with the business owners, talking about what are those, Bex spoke earlier about the sort of little niggles, like there's hints, there's things coming up, there's things that aren't quite happening. What are those things? What is it that the business owner is struggling with? What are they not getting from the team, or what are they not getting from the software, or whatever it is? Coming in and doing, as you mentioned, an independent review, stepping back, having had that conversation with the business owner, and maybe even sitting down with each individual member of the finance team and not quite interviewing them as such, but maybe just going through, or what do you do in a normal day? You've done that as well. You've gone in and said, right, we're just going to list everything you do and work out if you're just simply overworked, which can be, once you see it, it's you're thinking, well, how could you have got that done in a week or a month?
Exactly.
Or of course you're not going to meet that deadline because it, to somebody who's able to take a step back, it feels more obvious, those things. And then what we're able to do, which maybe the finance team themselves internally don't feel they can do, is go to the owner with a report. If they don't want a report, then it's just a more informal chat if that's what they want to do, that says, okay, are there any real crucial things that are going wrong, and this is going to turn into a big problem for you really soon? So the sort of warning scenarios. Is there anything that's, we call it a quick win?
Mm-hmm.
So these things that are very quick to implement, could be done within a couple of days. Nobody within the team's going to have an issue with it because it's very easy to use. It's a purchase invoice automation tool, or it's moving away from printing things, or we like to, see where things are duplicated. Somebody's taking something from a spreadsheet and creating another spreadsheet, and importing it in, or another spreadsheet. Quite often nowadays there are solutions that are just there straight away that can be used, and they are those quick wins.